So today we are going to be ranking all of the player of the month rewards from worst to best, and I have all of these players, so let's just get started right away. So at number 1 we have Larry Bird. He's probably the worst, and it's the most self-explanatory because he is the only diamond on this list. Bird, his 3 isn't really that good. He has a really good rating, but he can't really shoot like that. His release is terrible, and overall he's just not a really good card. The other cards are just simply better than him. So at number 2 we have Amar'e Stoudemire, the pink diamond one. He had really an 82 3-pointer, but he could never really shoot, and his defense wasn't the best. He was always getting bodied by like other Ruby centers. There were a lot of Ruby cards that I would just take over Amar'e Stoudemire. The Ruby card like Joel Embiid, the Karl Anthony Towns. I found all these cards way better than Amar'e Stoudemire while being way cheaper than him, and so that's why I just didn't really find him that good, and that's why he's the second last player on this list. So at number 3 on this list we have Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler was a really good card, but the only real problem with him was he had no clamps. So his offense was basically perfect. As you guys can see, he had a 99 offense, and although his defensive rating was good, he was gonna get blown by every time. Like I just said, he didn't have any clamps, so whatever he did on the offensive end, it didn't really matter, because as soon as we came on defense he was getting exposed like every time. But other than that, he was a really good card. He could get in the paint, he could shoot, and yeah, but that's why the only reason he's not higher is because of his defense. So at number 4 we have Moses Malone. Moses Malone was a really good defender and post player. The only real problem was that like post players, they're not really effective on my team. I usually like players that can shoot the 3 and space the floor. Moses Malone only really had a 74 3-pointer. Another thing is he wasn't the fastest. It was hard to space the floor with him, and he didn't have the best release. So he was a good player to play with in the paint, but if you play like me and you just want to space the floor and have everybody that can shoot, Moses Malone really wasn't the best card. So that's why he comes in at number 4 on this list. So at number 5 we have Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki was like a pure shooter. He had Hall of Fame range extender. He spaced the floor really well, and it just made it really hard for other opponents to guard the pick and fade, because Dirk could fade to like a very far range. So his offense was really good. He could get into the post a little bit, but one of the real problems with him was he was really slow, and his defense wasn't that good. He kind of has the same problem as Amar'e Stoudemire. He was getting bodied in the paint, he couldn't get many rebounds, and yeah, he was just good on the offensive end, but when we came to defense, he just wasn't that good. So that's why he's gonna come in at number 5. So for the final pink diamond we have Baron Davis. Baron Davis was really the best pink diamond card because he could really just do everything. He could shoot from limitless, dunk on people, lock players up, and overall he was just a good card to have. He was really effective until 2K just started dropping those other cards that could do everything, and it was just really unrealistic cards. But up till then, Baron Davis was really a top card in this game. Another thing I would like to say is Baron Davis is also kind of short, and that's why he gets bullied a lot. But other than that, he was the best pink diamond that 2K had dropped this year for the 12-0 rewards, and yeah, that's why he comes in at number 6. So the next person we have on this list is the Opal James Worthy. James Worthy had really good stats. He could lock any player up on the court, whether he's the point guard or the center, it didn't really matter. Worthy was going to lock him up. The only problem with James Worthy was he couldn't really create his own shot, and when you have a full list of players ahead who are really good, that's what it comes down to. You need to be able to get your own buckets, and Worthy isn't the most effective at that. So that's why he's going to come in at number 6. Other than that though, he is a really good spot up, and his defense was really good, so that's why he's gonna come in at number 7. So the next Galaxy Opal card we have is Julius Erving. Julius Erving was the reward for getting all of the pink diamond 12-0 rewards, and he's an absolute lockdown defender that could basically do everything. The difference between Julius Erving and James Worthy is that Julius Erving could actually create his own shot off of the pick and roll or in a 5-out situation, whereas Worthy simply can't. Worthy doesn't have the good enough dribble moves or a good enough jump shot, but Julius Erving does. The only reason Julius Erving just isn't higher on this list is because the other players are simply better. 2K just started dropping these unrealistic cards, and that's why Julius Erving isn't really higher on this list. So that's why he's gonna come in at number 8. So next up on this list, we have Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice is one of the toughest players to guard on this list. He has the best animations and has one of the best jump shots. He's basically a better version of that pink diamond Dwayne Wade card because he is 6'7" and Dwayne Wade is only 6'4". And also, this Glenn Rice has amazing defense and he could guard any position from the point guard to the small forward. There really isn't anything bad to say about this card, and that's why he's gonna come in at number 9. Like I said for Julius Erving, the other cards are just simply better than this Glenn Rice, and that's why he isn't higher on this list. So now we're into our top 3, and at number 3 we have Jerry Lucas. Jerry Lucas was this month's 12-0 reward, and I can tell you guys this card is one of the best cards in the game. He plays defense just like the James Worthy, but unlike the James Worthy, he could just create his own shot and do much more. This Jerry Lucas has one of the fastest releases in the game, and he is almost impossible to guard. He has some of the best dunk animations, and it's just really unguardable. This Jerry Lucas can do everything, and he is a must-have card. Like I said, his jump shot is cash. He can go in the post, he can get rebounds, and he could dribble the ball. So that's why this Jerry Lucas is number 10 on this list. Now for the second spot, we have Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay is the reward for getting all of the other Galaxy Opal 12-0 rewards. He is 6'8" and he could play the shooting guard position. Rudy Gay has a very easy release to time and he could do everything. His dunks are unblockable, he could shoot the ball, and if there's a mismatch, he could even take his matchup into the post. This card is also a must-have, so if you guys want to go 12-0 for him, make sure to check out my very first video. It could teach you guys how you can go 12-0 in under 30 minutes. But other than that, Rudy Gay is a really good card, and he's not number 1 because the number 1 card on this list is just unreal. So that's why Rudy Gay comes in at number 2. Now at the best spot, we have Wilt Chamberlain. A lot of you guys might think that some of the other cards are better since they dropped after Wilt, but in my opinion, this card is the best 12-0 reward to ever drop this year. He is literally a 7'1" center who could speed boost, shoot the ball, and play defense. He could guard any player on the court. It doesn't matter if it's the point guard or the center. One thing that puts him above the rest is his ability to get up and down the court. Every time one of Wilt's teammates gets the rebound, Wilt is always the first one down the court, and it always leads to an easy 2 points. He always either dunks it or just lays it up on a smaller defender. Wilt is also an effective paint defender, and he's impossible to go up in the paint on. This card is just perfect, so that's why he's going to come in at number 1. So thank you guys for watching this video. This is going to be the end. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.